Day 160 of the Daily Stoic. Brick by boring brick. Quote, "You must build up your life, action by action, and be content if each one achieves its goal as far as possible. And no one can keep you from this. But there will be some external obstacle, perhaps, but no obstacle to acting with justice, self-control, and wisdom. But what if some other area of my action is thwarted? Well, gladly accept the obstacle for what it is and shift your attention to what is given, and another action will immediately take its place, one that better fits the life you are building." Marcus Aurelius, Meditations 8.32. Elite athletes in collegiate and professional sports increasingly follow a philosophy known as, quote, "the process." It's a philosophy created by University of Alabama coach Nick Saban, who taught his players to ignore the big picture, important games, winning championships, the opponent's enormous lead, and focus instead on doing the absolutely smallest things well, practicing with full effort, finishing a specific play, converting on a single possession. A season lasts months, a game lasts hours. Catching up might be 4 touchdowns away, but a single play is only a few seconds. And games and seasons are constituted by seconds. If teams follow the process, they tend to win. They overcome obstacles and eventually make their way up to the top without ever having focused on the obstacles directly. If you follow the process in your life, assembling the right actions in the right order, one right after another, you too will do well. Not only that, you will be better equipped to make quick work of the obstacles along the path. You'll be too busy putting one foot in front of the next to even notice the obstacles were there. You guys have heard me say multiple times that the way to build your dreams, the way to build a startup, the way to build anything you want in life is brick by brick. We're just building a wall, and we're just laying a brick today. Now, we would love for you to lay more bricks, but as long as you lay a brick every single day, then you will finish the wall. And as you learn and grow and are highly intentional in building that wall, you will find ways to build the wall faster. You will find help. And so this is absolutely true. As Marcus Aurelius says, you must build up your life action by action and be content if each one achieves its goal as far as possible. And so the question is do you have a goal? Do you have a purpose? Do you have something that is worth laying a brick for every day? A purpose-driven life is a life that has purpose. And that purpose can only be derived from a particular objective or goal. It is not purposeful to say, my purpose is to be a good person. Great. The Stoics would agree. Okay, now move on. Let's be a human. A real human is not just be a good person, but to actively engage the world around them and to make the world a better place and to leave this world better than when we got here. All right, these are all table stakes, right? These are all basic. And so, how are you living out your purpose? I think for many women, motherhood and being a homemaker and being an amazing parent and mommy to children so that these children can be children as long as possible and have maturity and sensibility and rationality and discernment in this crazy world is one of the, I don't know why it came out like this, but I mean, I think that's one of the literally the best purposes on the planet, to be a great mom. Likewise, to be a great father is up there as well. Like, that is a purposeful life. And I could 100% be convinced that if someone came to me and said, hey, Peter, my sole purpose in life is to be a good dad, I'd say, brother, say less. Say less. If that's your purpose and your goal in life, bro, you are choosing the hardest path. You are choosing the most worthy path. because that is a lifetime of love and engagement with your children, all the way to the day that you die, being an amazing part of their lives. I think there's this common thread of, hey, my kids go off to college and then they go off and build their own lives. Like, well, depends on the culture. In Asian culture, let's say Korean culture, like, we like to stay close all the way through your life. It could be for for Americans that could be problematic, but for Koreans who love that, and I do, it's awesome because you're hanging out with your homies, your blood, all the time, and you're breaking bread. You're living and doing life together. Like, so I can be absolutely convinced that if a man came to me and said, hey, man, my sole purpose in this life for hopefully 90 years is to just be the best daggone father to my kids as possible, then I would say, bro, say less, because this is what I would assert, that this man is absolutely choosing his family and children over his needs every time, which means he will not prioritize building up his prowess in his industry. He will not prioritize fame and fortune. He will not prioritize his ego. He will not prioritize his wants, his desires. He will not prioritize, like, he's going all in, baby. At least that's how I interpret it, right? Now, I can say to you, for example, that one of my purposes in life is to be a great father, but I have other purposes too. And so there's a splitting of time. And this doesn't mean that I'm not going to be a great father or a great employer or great boss or a great business builder or venture capitalist or investor or anything like that. But it means that I won't ever be as good as someone who just focuses on one thing. And so I respect that. I get it. But if you want to achieve greatness in anything, it's brick by boring brick. Brick by boring brick. What bricks are you guys laying today? See you in Discord, MetaFam.